Welcome to America!
I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world.
That's right. I'm afraid of Americans in my own neighborhood. You know? So, our Living a Simpler Life series will continue with, what are we going to talk about today? Oh, bank accounts. Let's talk about bank accounts. Get rid of your bank account. You got a Bank of America account, Chase account, Capital One account, get rid of it. Dump it. Tell them to fuck off. Sorry. Go to a local bank. Like here in Baton Rouge, we have Gulf Coast Bank, or I joined a credit union because I have previous issues with Chase. Chase says I'm a bad person over a bar transaction in Baltimore 7 years ago. Regardless, support your local banks. Do not support the national banks that got payouts and money from the government to further collapse the economy, right? Get rid of your bank account. Like me, with helping friends, if I get a check that's drawn on Chase and it's over $50, they charge me $6 to cash it if I wanted to cash the check and not deposit it in my credit union account, right? And who's higher? Capital One don't charge you nothing. There's no Bank of America here anymore in Baton Rouge. They left town. Who is it? Somebody else charges $7 to cash a check. Regions charges $7 to cash a check. You know, and for me to complain at the bank doesn't do anything because I'm not an account holder when I go to cash a friend's check, right? So unfortunately, if I get a Regions check or a Chase check, I know I'm going to go cash it. I tell them they had $6 or $7 to the check, and I go, why? Why? Because your bank is evil, right? Your bank is evil. That's what I tell people. What the banks have done to the economy in the last 10 years, 20 years even, is criminal, right? Criminal. You got the people in Washington who get payments from the banks to support their campaigns or whatever, their lifestyle, right? They're not going to do anything. But yeah, simplify your life. Get away from a national bank that charges you fees for anything and everything. And the other thing you do is get rid of your credit cards. If you got a credit card, cut the bitch up. Cut it up. Throw it away. You know, I haven't had a credit card since 1997. Last time I had a credit card. Almost 15 years, right? You ain't got the cash to pay for it, then you don't need it, you know? Don't be a contributor to the problem. Dump your credit card, dump your bank account, and live a simpler life. You don't need to support the lifestyles of all these people that are robbing the economy, you know? You don't have to do that. You know? And unless you're doing business on the internet, you know, you don't need a bank account at all. You can go to Walmart and get a $3 debit card, right, that you can load your own cash on, and you don't need banks at all, right? You got to do business on eBay, or you want to buy things on the internet, or, you know, not carry cash around because, you know, people are robbing people now because of the economy, right? People are desperate. I'm fortunate to know a trade to help people with that, you know, I can keep working, right? Enough to support my meager apartment and the few bills I have. I pay electricity, gas, water, sewer, trash, and internet access. That's it, right? Other than my rent. So my bills, I got my bills under $1,000 a month, right? I don't make much more than that to cover my bills. I make a little bit to cover my food and stuff, but I don't make much more than that a month. I don't need it, right? I don't care about money. The reason why I care about money is because everybody else wants it to buy something or to, you know, get food or gasoline or. Rainstorm downtown tonight. Luckily, we've got a little rain right now. It's like 81 degrees outside in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But this is our Living a Simpler Life episode for today. Get rid of your bank account with a national bank. Chase, Regions, Capital One, Bank of America especially. Wachovia and Wells Fargo are now merged, so they're a big bank now. Don't want to give them any money because that's what they do, right? You put money in a savings account or a checking account, and they invest it, right? The banks have invested their money poorly, right? By trying to get over on the system and trying to short the system, right? Try to make a quick buck, and it's collapsing our economy, right? Or making our economy very unstable. And that's just one aspect of it. And don't count all the jobs that left this country and all the factories that left this country over the last 30 years, right? Started in the 80s. I mean, the corporate tax rates are ridiculous when you got companies like GE and Exxon to pay no corporate taxes because of how they lobbied Congress and the Senate to change the laws, right? Where now all the tax burden is on the backs of working people. Right? It's not good. It used to cost me $32 at the grocery store just this last week for the same small basket. I filled up a small basket because that amount of groceries fits in my bicycle basket, right? $32, $33 at the most. Now we're into $42, right? Within a week or 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Buy groceries every 2 weeks. So there you go. The idea that you have to have a bank account with a major bank to do anything is ludicrous, right? You don't need the banks. They need you. You don't need the banks. They need you. They need your money, right? If everybody went with a local bank and supported local banks and local businesses, right, they might get the message and change their tune. I don't know. But it takes a lot of people, right? That's no use for banks. Alright, well, thank you for listening and watching, and have a wonderful day, and peace and love, and we hope to meet you soon.